we have a very special guest on with us right now. This man is from the Valrico Law Group. This is someone who is a part of the Joe Show family. Peter Farren, you are on the Joe Show. It feels so good to finally meet you. We've been talking over email for a while now, and I got to say something. I'm in love with you. I wouldn't get divorced with you. I'd get married to you right now if I had the opportunity. Thank you for coming in.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks. I appreciate it.
So we are going to do this big event. I wanted to have you in, though, to talk us through exactly what divorce means, how it works out. Ashley is a product of not even a divorce household. They weren't even married, right? Did they get divorced?
I don't know.
You don't even know if they see
he wasn't there when I was he was there when I was born, but after like 2 or 3, it was my stepdad in the picture.
So you might have answers on that as well.
Mm-hmm.
But if there is someone, why is it that divorce is so tough to get? Because I didn't even realize that when we talked about, the possibility of, the Joe Show sending everyone their separate ways. Why is divorce so tough to get? Is it specific to Florida, or is this a nationwide thing?
No, I think a big part of it is it's an emotional. I mean, it's an emotional, to come to that point in your life where you no longer want to be with somebody. It's kind of, afraid of the unknowing life. The devil you know is better than the devil you don't. And so it's scary for people. I mean, it's a big leap off of, the comfort level that they're at, and they're basically trying to make that decision to go single.
Yeah.
By themselves.
Question for you. When you are representing someone, you just represent one person, or is that both? How does that work?
No, we just represent one person. Even in an uncontested divorce. Which, we always advocate, you want to try to do it if you can, do it as an uncontested divorce, because it's a lot more expensive, it's a lot more time consuming, it's a lot more emotionally draining to go and battle things out and leave it up to a judge. And the only ones that really get rich off of that are the attorneys.
Yeah.
But even in an uncontested divorce, we represent one spouse. And so even if they come to terms, that one spouse will bring the terms to us. We'll prepare the parenting plan. We'll prepare the marital settlement agreement. We'll prepare all the documents. We'll go to court, get it resolved, and then try to let them go their separate ways.
Has it ever happened when you are representing one person and it's a two-sided case where you go, I kind of wish I had the other person. Why are they being such an a-hole to me? I can't stand this person.
We love our clients. We always love our clients. We always believe in our clients. But there are times when you can see that the other side may have the leg up on things.
Do you think that a ton of people are still married because they say it's cheaper to keep her?
That's a big factor. The last few years have been very tumultuous. Like as far as the economy, it's been good, and then it drops down. So there is that fear, just like the woman earlier that you were speaking with, who lost her husband suddenly. But even a divorce can do that, where you're sitting there worried about your financial future. And so, people will tolerate a lot of stuff for a long time.
I didn't think about that.
Just to basically just say, listen, we're going to be roommates. We're going to raise kids together.
Because we got to make ends meet.
Got to make ends meet.
We've got Peter Farren on with us right now from the Valrico Law Group. Just made a big announcement. We are sending you your separate ways. The Joe Show's sending you your separate ways. We're giving away a divorce, an opportunity to get divorced. If this is something that you've been looking to do, we're going to help you out with that. And we're also going to send you to either New York or Las Vegas. You and your significant other, soon to be ex-significant other, are going to have to decide who's going to go to Vegas, who's going to go to New York. You can see everything at 93.3FLZ.com. Jose, you're on the Joe Show. You have a question for Peter Farren from the Valrico Law Group. Go ahead.
Yes, I do. So my question is like you just said, if we agree on everything, custody, we already went through child support, we did all that. Me and the mother get along really well. We just want it done. It's the financial part of it that takes, a lot. It's just, that's the biggest part and why we still haven't gotten a divorce. We've been separated for 5 years. She's already moved on. She has a fiance. He's dying for us to get a divorce.
Whoa. Hold on. She has a fiance and you guys aren't even divorced yet?
That's common, man.
Exactly. We've been separated for almost 6 years now.
Well, I will tell you, a judge once told me a married person does not have a fiance. So she may have somebody waiting in the wings, but he can't be a fiance. Okay.
Does that drive you insane, Jose, that she's got a fiance, or are you that done with it that you're just like, go ahead, move on?
we get along. Everything's well. We watch football games. We hang out. I mean, it's a really good co-parenting situation.
So what? I guess to finish off this question from Jose, how long would it take if everyone's agreeing with everyone? What's like the average? It's probably tough to give like a
yeah. Well,
answer.
what we tell everybody is I can give you a best case scenario, worst case scenario. So again, Jose, I congratulate you and the mother for having getting along, doing good co-parenting. That's great. So yeah, it's just a matter of getting a parenting plan like officially written down. So that's kind of like something that you might put in the bank and just you only look at if you need it. But you get a parenting plan drafted, and then you get your final judgment. You really it's just the scheduling with the judge. So I mean. Best case scenario, it could be, just about a month out or so. Once everything is filed with the court. Yeah, once everything's filed with the court.
Yeah, a month out of your soon-to-be ex-wife getting married again. So, hey, his problem, not yours, Jose.
I'll be calling in, Joe.
Listen, I said it. We love you, Jose. Thanks for being a part of the family.
I'm going through the worst divorce in the world, and my husband keeps walking out of mediation without negotiating any terms.
Peter?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, when somebody wants to play difficult, you do have to get the judge involved. You just basically go and just bypass mediation, or you've said, listen, we've satisfied the requirement to go to mediation. We didn't come to an agreement. Let's go ahead and set a hearing on whatever you might need temporarily, or just get it set for a final hearing and then just go and get things wrapped up. Let the judge make the decisions.
Is it often that you see one of the parties doing that, where they're leaving, where they're trying to drag this out?
Yeah. I mean, again, divorce is a very emotional situation. Mm-hmm. Some people want it, some people don't. The person that doesn't thinks that they will, force the other person to stay with them by just doing this, and it has the opposite effect. I mean, it's kind of like two magnets. As you get a positive and negative, they're going to force each other away, and they just have a lesser opinion of you. So yeah, it's just when they make things difficult, it just makes things worse.
Hey, Brittany, if you were to win this, the Joe Show's sending you your separate ways. If you win this big prize where, you can get this divorce and also an opportunity to go to Vegas or New York, I think that you're going to have to pick the trip. Where are you going to send your ex to? Are you going to send him to New York or Vegas? Which one do you want to go to?
I want to go to Vegas, so he can go to New York.
All right, fine. Send him to the cold, and you're going to go to the warm. I like that.
See, now you just need to agree to sign the divorce papers.
Yeah, now we need to figure it out. Head to 93.3 FLZ.com.
Yeah, that might be an incentive for him to sign the papers.
That's right.
There you go.
Clause in there.
We finally got him to say yes. Thank God. Tammy, you are on the Joe Show. You want to talk to Peter Farren, family member with the Joe Show, part of the Valrico Law Group. If you are in need, if you want to go to someone, I highly recommend you go check out Peter Farren and the Valrico Law Group. But listen, Tammy, you have some.
I definitely will.
Yeah, you have some concerns with this whole process, and you think that it's not necessarily set up for single moms. Explain. Talk to me.
That's just one of the things. Like her, it's everybody has different things, but yeah, that's a major thing. Mine did not show up, has not shown up. He's drug it through. We're going on 5 years. You have to have representation. You have to have representation because you've got so many other people in the world that are giving you bad advice, wrong advice. It's not advice for your situation. And at the end of the day, if anyone, even a lawyer, is telling you that they know what your outcome is going to be, they're lying because the judge is the only one who knows. But yeah, I think it's wrong that, it isn't set up for moms in general. You know what I mean? Like, there's cases where even friends of mine, they have been, abused. It's sad. It's true. But, because it didn't happen to their children or in front of their children, it doesn't matter that they were raped or horrible things happened to them because it didn't happen in front of their child. There's just so many gray areas in the world, and domestic violence is just a disgusting part of it. Mm-hmm. And when you have the money is what takes you everywhere. And if you're a single mom and you spent all your time with your kids and this man is the one, you think it's forever. You got all your eggs in one basket, and you're the at-home mom and you're doing everything. And that a lot of people don't think that's everything, but it really is, and this other person's climbing the ladder. Next thing you know, they've got this high-end lawyer and they've got people telling them how to liquidate their assets. That's the hardest part for me is just the amount of time. It seemed like all the time he wasn't showing up, he was using that time to liquidate assets and create this whole thing. The more it worked in his case scenario, a lot of times it doesn't work when guys don't show up like that. It'll just make the judge more mad.
Yeah. Thank you, Tammy. I'm
You
so
know,
sorry
but
that you got to
Thank
go
you for
through all
calling
this.
in, and hopefully you can,
Yeah.
convince him to sign some
Yeah.
paperwork, and you can win this. And
for real.
100%.
And I'm sorry about your dad, because that's what I'm talking about. It's like that, the walk out.
Thank you, Tammy. I appreciate
Tammy,
you, girl.
Tammy, we love you. Thank you so much
Yes.
for waking up with the Joe Show.
I love Tammy.
Lots to take in there, huh, Peter?
Yeah, no, it's true. And you know, what we do is, and I'm sure a lot of attorneys do it as well. I mean, we try to treat everybody the same.
Yeah.
I don't care if they're looking for nickels in the couch or if they've got a few $1 million in the bank. I mean, you know, we do whatever we could do, the same amount. We treat everybody the same as far as, you know, the high level of client service.
I want to take one more call. And by the way, we have Peter Farren in right now from the Valrico Law Group. The reason being is, and I got to keep looking at the name on the sheet because I'm going to screw this up a lot of times. It is the Joe Show's Sending You Your Separate Ways. The Joe Show is sending you your separate ways. If you are looking to get a divorce for Valentine's Day, that's what we're giving to you for Valentine's Day, a divorce. Yes. We're all about love here. Head to 93.3FLZ.com, or you could head to our Twitter, @LiveWithJoeShow. We do have a link up there. But not only are we going to get you a divorce, but we're going to send you literally your separate ways. One spouse will go to Vegas. The other one will go to New York City. One last caller, and then we'll move on. But if you don't mind, because now that I have your number, Peter, I would like to call you throughout this and ask some questions, because there are going to be people with a lot of questions, and they might be a little bit different than others.
Yeah, absolutely.
They might be very serious, like, listen, I'm struggling. They might be, hey, by any chance, do you know how to find someone? Like, for example, if someone was hiding in the Dominican Republic, how do I find them? And that's why we got to talk to Trisha. Trisha, your sister's husband moved to the Dominican. Is this true?
Yes, my sister left her husband 2 years ago for obvious reasons, cheating, after being married for 30 years. And now she moved here with me in Florida, and she's starting all over again. And the little times that she's spoken to him, he said that he's okay with the divorce, but he left and moved to the Dominican. So we're in this situation that we don't know what to do or what can she do. And it's been pretty hard for her because after 30 years, she's starting her life all over again.
Yeah, well, in Florida's a no-fault state. So we only require one spouse to reside in the state of Florida for at least 6 months prior to the petition. So she can file for divorce, and if there are children involved, obviously we put the priority on children, making sure that is. But we basically can create a parenting plan in which dad doesn't have any time sharing, or his only time sharing is with the children is in Florida. And then if he wants to come back and spend time with those kids, he's going to have to go back in front of the court to demonstrate that he should have more time than just being in Florida with the kids and no overnight stuff like that. Okay, so there's certain things like that.
Okay.
If she's not looking for any type of spousal support, because obviously a judge, without finding out the full financial picture, can't award that. But if there's any type of marital assets they have, the court will equitably divide them. I mean, she can make a pitch that
they don't have any assets and they don't have any small children.
Yeah,
all their children is over 25 years old.
Yeah, she can get divorced. She could, she would have to make an attempt to find him. There's ways we can do that. It's kind of a little bit long drawn out. I know we don't have time to go into that, but she can make certain attempts, even if she publishes it in the newspaper.
Wow.
Like La Gazzetta, which is in 3 languages, at his last known address or wherever he was from, and then ultimately get a default if he doesn't respond, and then just get the divorce after the default. He doesn't really have to participate. There's ways around it.
Did not know that.
I'm rooting for the newspaper article, by the way,
me
just
too.
because I want to see all of that. But Trisha, thanks for waking up with the Joe Show. We do appreciate you. And Peter, thank you so much for being in here.
No, my pleasure.
And there are a lot of people still calling in. They want to talk to you. If you have any questions, how do they get in contact with you?
Yeah, they can either just give our office a call, 813-661-5180. My paralegal, Tanya Colonnese, is phenomenal. She'll get them set up with a consult. We do no cost, no obligation consults. they can visit our website, stuff like that.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much. And also, let's make sure we get all of his info up on our socials. So, at Live with Joe Show. If you missed it, why is Peter Farren in from the Valrico Law Group? Well, the Joe Show is sending you your separate ways for Valentine's Day.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I know, right? We are all about love on the Joe Show, and that's exactly what we're doing. If you want to get a divorce, we're going to hook you up with that. And also send one of the significant other parties or one of the parties to New York City and the other one to Vegas. That's what we're doing. All the info on our website, 93.3FLZ.com, or on our Twitter, @LiveWithJoeShow.